So I got a jump start on this Ford F150 1990, the 4.9 liter straight six. I'm gonna change out this gasket in here, the valve cover gasket, and I'm also gonna be doing the intake manifold gasket because obviously I got to take this off to get to this. Like I said, I got a jump start. Took the snorkel, took the throttle body off here, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna basically work from top to bottom here and organize everything so I know how to put it back together. So my next move is going to be this vacuum tree here. I took a picture of it to see where I'm going to put everything back when I'm done, and then I'm going to move over here to the EGR, and I will update the video after that. I don't want it to be too long, so I'm going to try and chop it up as much as I can, but this is probably going to be the third step, but we'll see. So like I said, went after the tree. Lots of hose clamps on here on all these different deals. Having a problem with that EGR vacuum leak. That was the way I went after it. I just pinched all these clothes. See, I mean, it's kind of like chasing a ghost. If you have the same vehicle, have the same problem, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a hard one to find, diagnose. I don't really know where else to go after that, so this is just something I'm doing in the meantime. But that's going to be the next monster. If I have any tips, I'll share them after I get it done. So I said I was going to take that off, but I just disconnected it here and took the connector off and the hose. And there's no reason I can't just leave it, I don't think, unless it's a pain in the ass getting out with that on, but we'll see. I left this also, no reason to take that off, and I'm going to take this whole piece off. I'm not sure what to call this, a tab and tad. I'm not sure, but I'm going to take it off, whatever you want to call it. So I have removed this bolt here, right there, and another one underneath, way down under there. Everything's kind of in the way, but right there. Not on that one actually, but that took that off, and it seems I have a lot more space here. I still have this to take off. I didn't want to take that one off till very last, and I have a ground over here that I'm gonna have to remember to install. I'm gonna put it back right there since that's where it's coming off. So I kind of wanted to go over this before I get started. There's a line of bolts under here. They're all ½ inch. Some of them are holding on to that rail, so it's stacked. But I'm going to take them all off. I'm going to probably leave this one just loose, finger tight, because the leverage on this bolt is going to, like, it's going to pick up on this end. So I'm going to leave that side just a little bit, like, finger tight, and then I'll loosen this one, and I should be able to take this one off. And hopefully just pop the whole thing right up. So see where we get. So right away, I took these two bolts off that were holding on here and back here, so this rail drops, and then I can get to this bolt right here. It wasn't very easily accessible. I don't want to screw anything up. These rubber hoses are kind of old, 30 years old, I guess, at this point. So I got these two off of there. I'm just gonna set them aside separately from the other ones, so I know where they go and what they're for. So I've got everything off all the way back. It's a little free. You can he's rattling it there, but I left this one, and I'm gonna go after that guy. So I forgot my PCV hose, but no biggie. I'll just pull it right off. So it came off pretty easy. Didn't have to disconnect that EGR like I was talking about. I don't see any clear signs of a vacuum or a leak of any kind. Came off in pieces, so that's not ideal, but yeah, it's okay. I'll be taking this off, my EGR tab and TAD. I think I'm just going to disconnect it from this lid and lean it back, so I don't have to take all that crap apart. And yeah, I just replaced this. I don't know, it looks pretty good. It'll be alright. Clean it up, I guess. But yeah, then I'll be taking off this valve cover and getting back to you. Wanted to show you this real quick. I did take 7 bolts off of here. So 3, 6, 7, and then my big one, the mounting one, the 2 for that rail. And then I painted this one a little orange. I didn't get it on the back, but this is my ground. Just an indicator that's completely separate of everything. That's my gasket. Came off in pieces, like I said. But yeah, I haven't really looked at it, but kind of looking at it here together. That one looks a little goofy, but yeah, I mean, a little cleaning will be alright. So right there, these 2 bolts, 1 and 2, take that whole assembly, and it just leans back. I'll just leave it like that. Should have enough room, I feel like I do. This hose is back there. I'm gonna leave them. I'm using a rubber gasket, so should be able to just slide this in place, put the gasket on the bottom, and these are what came off of it, these goofy nuts. So I'm gonna go after the lid now. So got them all off, got to the back side there, and there's this little dealio here, like a wire harness, I guess. On the back side, they're not bolts like this, or not. There's one back there. It looks, I'm guessing, more like this, or if this threaded in to that and then was threaded on top as well with a nut head, hex nut head. I'm imagining, because then this will slip on, you put a nut on there, and then you thread this in. So yeah, that was kind of a pain in the arse. Didn't really see what I was doing, know what I was doing back there, but remember that. So this is what it was back there. Still a 7/16. Once you get that little harness off, it's just like these, just super simple. But remember that is back there, and kind of got to wiggle it back and forth to get it over the threads all the way off. Jump up on the motor and tackle it. So I got 7 of these and that one wonky in the back. That's how many you're going to take off before it'll move. So there it is. Popped it off. I kind of had to manipulate that fuel rail, or the fuel line back there. Seems to be okay. Just pull it back. Parallel. But yeah, I mean, back there you can tell right here, these 2 are basically finger tight. It's kind of upsetting. I mean, gasket looks like it was maybe 1,000 years old, possibly older, but a little beat up. Just why torque specs are important. And it's engineered that way. I want to build it that way. So there's that one, and this sun's killing me. Crusty little guy. I'll clean that up. So that's where we're at now. Hopefully this doesn't take much longer. We'll see. But that's where we're at. I'll be cleaning in here too. I mean, that's a lot of oil everywhere. So I'll start up here. I got my gasket in place, set it all the way around. It's only asking for 7 pounds torque, which is really almost nothing, but I'll do that. I'll just have to do the conversion with the inch pounds, foot pounds, with the smaller 1/4 inch drive one. But I did do cleaning over here. While it's off, I cleaned it up a little bit more. Clean inside, clean this up real nice so that I get a nice little set. It doesn't look so good because I just had it face down, drying out. But it is real nice, super smooth, clean, and I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm just going to use the rubber gasket and this and put it back in place, do my 7 pounds. So it's back on, and wanted to say before I tighten anything, what I did was check to just make sure that all of this stuff is sitting just right. I don't want to finish it up, and then find a leak because I didn't take a minute to recheck my seal, make sure it was correct. And when I do this, I'm going to be going in a star pattern or cross pattern, top, bottom, corner, over, back, over, like just like that. So we are properly seated, properly torqued, and feeling pretty confident. So I'm going to go in the reverse order we did, which was that a bundle of the EGR, the tab, and the tad. I'm going to put it back on these two bolts and move. I forgot to mention, now that it's all closed up, I'm going to clean all of this, so when it's put back together and I start it up, I can see where and if and where there will be oil leaking. Hopefully not. That one's pretty bad. So again, just working backwards. That's in place. These are torqued down 7 foot-pounds. Again, 7 foot-pounds. And I'm gonna move on to putting my gasket in here. I have to clean this up a little bit. I'll be wiping it down one more time with a little bit of that brake cleaner. Just spray it on the rag. This is in place, ready to go. So I got this back on, and the big truck over there doing something. Well, I got this back on, lined up pretty damn nice. Did a little bit of cleaning under there. There's only so much you can do, I guess. Little wire management, sort of, with the hose. Now what I wanted to show you is I'm going to put a little anti-seize on these bolts. You can use whatever you want, but just keep these from getting seized up in there. So I'll do that, and again we're looking at 16 foot-pounds for these. So I got it all put back together. It's looking real good. What I did, honestly, is I put this bolt back here in, that one, I put that one in, and I put this one way up front. I put that one in. Didn't torque them, but tightened them down pretty good. And then I filled in the gaps. I left that mount right there, I left that one off completely so that it could just kind of free swing and find its perfectly level point to pinch that gasket and find the best point there. Put that in there, and it's going to kind of, you might not close the gap perfect. So torqued them down, 16 foot-pounds, did them back, front, back, middle, front, middle, just staggered all the way throughout. The EGR lined up real nice. Still got to tighten it down, but lined up nice in there. Was able to get that on, no problem. I'm going to make a gasket here. I have some gaskets. It's just like a long sleeve, this stuff. The old gasket's still lying right here. I'll lay it down on there, draw the picture, cut it out, and use it. Because this one doesn't seem bad, but might as well while I'm doing it, right? So as you can see, ran out of daylight and time. 2 kids, doesn't let that happen. Doesn't let you get much time, but put that back on, rebuilt the tree, put the throttle body back on with the gasket that I had made. We have 12 foot-pounds there. No, 14 foot-pounds here on the throttle body. 16 down here on these bolts on the intake. And these ones were 7. Other than that, I didn't take any of this off. The EGR, that bolt back there, that little tie-on. I'm just going to tighten it down pretty good. And put that cover back on, snorkel hook back up, and fire it up. imagine that's okay for right now. Don't want that happening again, but I don't see any real issues. So I just checked the cleanliness, see if there's any oil leaks, air leaks. I'm not even gonna check engine light. I think it's a job well done, but I'm gonna turn it back on one last time and see. It's a good start up that time. What I'm looking for is right in there, underneath where that valve cover would be. It's dirty, but there's no fresh oil showing up anywhere. So this side's good. This side, pretty good. They got a leak in this one. Store for another day, but all the way back, I'm not seeing any new stuff. Just the old crap. It looks good over here. Everything's a torch, so I mean, that's what I'm going by there. Yeah, that sounds good. So that took the majority of the day. I was in and out with the baby, a little quarantine baby. He's about 3 weeks old, going on this Sunday. But yeah, it's kind of a chore, not too bad. But this is my project. My grandfather bought this truck, left it to my uncle, and my uncle passed away and left it to me. Didn't start when I got it. Changed a bunch of stuff on it, and it's running now, doing better, but always looking for something else to do on it. If there's anything you can think of, if you have the same truck, same motor, same anything, any ideas you can give me, I'm always up for suggestions. If I left anything out in this video, let me know. If there's anything you want to add to it, just throw it in the comment boxes. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video.